This is nice. But I am lost. Yee. Cool. Poor prince.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know, it seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes, I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right.
I guess it's exploring time. I was caught up in the story, I didn't check what the controls were. Commentary mode? Oh, there must be game commentary. Okay, let's put subtitles on. And a little bit more. Back to game. Yeah, that's a bit better. Cool. Jump. I'm used to holding that down and making run. So let's zoom. There's no run button apparently. Where are we going? What do we look for? Oh, you can double jump. Ooh, okay. A world of possibilities has opened up. Boing. I'm in my are there any collectibles to look out for mode again. This is much more of a story-based game than a collectible one, I think. Did I get the red link? Yeah. I'm guessing this is meant... I shouldn't preempt it. I made mistakes with that before. No.
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
It's not fair. Yeah.
She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other 2 children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers.
I was not expecting that. I would like to move a little bit faster. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. No, okay. There we go.
The fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
Don't know how much I'm going to be able to talk when if there's a lot of story, but we'll see what happens. It's a pretty landscape. What's that? Are they rabbits? They are rabbits. Oh, they're having a bit of a problem. Friends! Friend rabbits! Okay, that's fair. Yeah, it's nice. Very... sometimes simple is good. I was going for that sort of aesthetic. I feel like a lot of games are taking after Journey in that regard. Eat friendly rabbits. I think they thought that's what I was going to do to them. More light things. Okay, there's one over there. Let's get that one. This is probably the most inefficient route to get all these. Especially when moving so slowly, but we'll see what happens. From what I understand, this is not a particularly long game. It's a playground. Let me play. Close enough, I guess. Can't see the bird. very into games with... I am foxing again, yeah. Very into games with big sweeping piano orchestral soundtracks right now. Much piano. Oh, it's gone. Let's start again. That's a big light. What's this? Oh, I can dig.
As a kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Yeah, I think I only did it once, when I was in the 4th grade. You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class what helped pass the time and distracted me. So I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Hey, there's no shame in that.
Every kid wants to fly.
Exactly.
For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat. I remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of it. They asked which trash can I found it in, or why an ugly log was my favorite toy. When I got up, I didn't even want to tell them my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friend had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did. It's amazing we bounced back at all.
There's more light over there. But yes, I am in perpetual state of fox. More rabbits. I'll leave them be. I think I scared them last time. Yeah. Admittedly, I'm not a fan of kids. Well, I don't want my own kids. I would consider adopting, but it's just not something I'm not ready for them, and I don't know when I will be, so right now, not a consideration. Yeah, exactly. A solid relationship, good emotional stability, financial stability, and kind of, knowledge of a good knowledge of who I am and where I want to be before I am sort of guiding them on the journey for them to be who they want to be and need to be. I guess I want to make sure that I'm the kind of person that can be... I want to be... come on. I'm stuck? Oh no, okay. Forget you can double jump. The more lights. Don't think that's a light. I think that's a... Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Because kids are going to be dependent on you for so many things, for everything, for a long time. And I can't... There are times I consider myself selfish to say there's too much I want to do for me before I can do something completely for someone else. But, everyone deserves life, and that includes me too, whether I'm reluctant to admit it at certain points or not. So it's like, it would be unfair of me to bring a child into the world that when I was not pleased with where I was yet, because that's how you sort of breed all these kind of resentful feelings and kind of result in dangerous upbringing and just poor emotional relationship, I guess. Probably going about this completely the wrong way. Yeah. I have no end of respect for people who are completely ready to have kids and want to do that. You know.
Usually those kids would leave me alone, but somehow they could tell I was different. They made fun of how far away I lived. They called my dad a sourdough.
Diggy.
I was a blabbermouth as a kid, telling my dad stories I made up for hours. But after that show and tell, I didn't tell him much anymore. He didn't know exactly what was wrong, but his best guess was that the toys he carved weren't cool enough. He carved me a tank and tried to tell me what it was like to be in a real tank as a serviceman.
I didn't know your dad was in the military.
Yeah, in the army. The sad thing is that I'd pretty much forgotten until just now. There's so much I still don't know about him.
I'm sorry. He knows how much you love him. You're going to see him again soon and have some closure, I'm sure.
This is a big tank. I'm not actually sure how that compares to real ones. Oh wow, how on earth do I get up there? Can I jump? Let's try it. Yeah, come on. I'm gonna say the control system in this is not the best. It is! And I have no idea whether this is actually how I'm supposed to get up here or not. Oh, it worked though. That's pretty good. Wow. It's a nice view. I have a lot of shiny things. Oh, you can toggle running. Wow, okay. That's gonna make it so much better. Okay. Now we're running. Now we're being real foxy. Okay. Double plus fox. It's probably supposed to come up this way. Whoops! Okay. Cool, I was getting worried. I thought I'd have to walk the whole way through the game. Yum, yum. Where are my light things? There. Do-do-do. Oops. Oh nice, jumping doesn't cancel run mode. I think we're going the right way. There's another light over there, but let's get this one first. looked a lot closer. Whoops. We've got all the ones over there. More diggy time.
Do you remember what my dad did for a living?
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood was a canvas, then a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
So this is feeling more like an interactive story than a game. But that's fine. That's valid. Ooh. That one over there? Yeah, it is. What about this way? Doesn't... There's one in there. Okay. Just above that rock. Eh. Missed it. Oh, I haven't played Firewatch. I really want to though. Oops. Yay. Is that one up there? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I have to pick it up. Whether it's on Steam and PS4, right? I was really annoyed that I missed it once when it was free. I was not keeping up with the PS4 free stuff at the time. Oh no. Oh no! Oh! That wasn't supposed to happen. I think it would have been funny to do the fox face plant that they do in the snow. There's a big old red fox bum poking out. Let's jump that one. Okay. Yay! There we go. Oh, there's more light over there. Wow. I have a feeling there's probably a sequence you're supposed to get these in, and I'm not. Yeah, like especially falling from a certain height, they could have had a, you know, it would have been funny. I would do all kinds of things like that with a fox. Have a fox character in a game. I just want more foxes in games generally. More functional foxes. Not like I haven't played 2 back to back, but you know. And I've got another one, so whoopsie. Big need for fox.
The more I withdrew. I asked myself, why talk to anybody anyway? Why bother when I'm happy by myself? I started drawing a lot, mostly animals I saw in the woods by my home.
Yeah.
I then imagined designing my own hideouts with things like TVs and pantries full of chips and cookies.
Sounds cool.
I think that idea of leaving home and drawing blueprints started my career. I found a lot of solace in that.
Yeah.
I'm not
All the way
surprised,
over there.
but I did the same thing, you know? There's something special about having a place to call your own.
And now look at us. Well, if you count renting in an overpriced city.
It's as close as we can get for now.
Well, Jelly Bees just came online. They're a really cool artist. What's this? Chip packets. Royal chips. Broken swing and a cat. Rabbits! It took me a second to work out what they were. Can you do something with these when they're in purple? No. No. Okay. I keep leaning forwards. It's a bad habit of mine. I creep forwards when I'm playing games. Whoops. Oh. Ooh, loading. There's a really cool loading screen too. I'm biased, but even so. Oh, Fox runtime. We've come a long way. Loading beans. What % bean are you? More diggy.
My teenage years were full of sketching, angst, and trouble. I wasn't popular or unpopular. Maybe just forgettable. I guess that gave me a sense of freedom. So I hung out with crazy kids, doing crazy things, even though I mostly just watched the chaos ensue. We did it all. Put fireworks in mailboxes, hide roadkill in people's garages, break windows of the barber shop in Anchorage. My dad was furious, but he was so busy working he couldn't do much to stop me from going out.
I think being an adult means there's no one to stop you making hard decisions. He had to make a living, and he couldn't be in two places at once.
Yeah, I realize that now. But at the time, I was sure he was more interested in growing his business than what was going on with me.
A desk. Is that school or a job? Diggy diggy.
He was working another late night, and my friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they had come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned how that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin.
I want to see what's on the desk.
I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while. The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers. I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us in a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
Cops are bastards. Oh, that's pretty though. Hello. Oh, I have butterflies now? What did that do? Wow, that's cool. Oh, wow. It's a neat mechanic. I want more of that. Wow. Because I can't get that by myself, that's why. I need you. It'd be nice if... Ah! Sorry, you need to help me again. Yay, okay. Yeah, no, I very much didn't do that either. I always called myself boring. I have no problem with that now. I actually, when a lot of my friends would go out and want to do things that I didn't even really drink, I would make excuses and go home, or just find, you know, other things to do that were not being stupid, because I really just didn't want to be that kind of person, so I wasn't. Totally prefer to just hang out and play video games, or, you know, watch movies or something like that, or make up stories, like roleplay things, you know? That was cool. There was this point when I was a teenager that everyone was obsessed with alcohol. Oh, you had to drink because it was the thing. I'm like, how boring, honestly. I get more of a socializing aspect to it now that I know, but for back then it was just getting drunk for the sake of getting drunk. And it wasn't really anything other than kind of rebellion, not even rebellion, but just kind of, that was what adults were supposed to do, apparently. And I was like, well, I don't want to be that kind of adult. I don't even want to stop being creative, so I guess I'm just going to be a kid forever, and if that means running away from you guys when you're going to behave like idiots, then that's what it's going to be. Yeah, jeez. No need for that. If I missed a light, then I can't get it back now. More butterflies. I mean, I'd had drink when I was younger, and I think that actually kind of helped put me off it, because I hated the taste. I didn't want alcohol. You know, Mum would let me try a little glass of wine, like a sip of wine at meals and stuff like that. And just, you know,
After he drove
it
me
wasn't
home
nice.
from the police station,
It wasn't my
I
thing.
blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was gonna be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window. In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I had proved the ultimate point. But my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough, it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but...
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's
Oops.
like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, "Make this right," to himself, more than to me.
Yeah. I wasn't even really rebellious either. My parents were great. They didn't really give me anything to rebel against, and they said, "You want to do something, go do it." You know, they only really didn't like it when I lied to them, which is fair. You know, I only tended to lie about kind of stupid things. But, you know, there's always these kind of idiosyncrasies about, you know, it's not necessarily, you know, a lie can be like a disagreement or something. Get it? Yeah. It's just, I was very, very lucky to have free reign to do what felt good for me. So, you know, it wasn't really, you know, and I was communicated with and told to, you know, help to understand what I was feeling and to try and talk it out, which kind of gave me a leg up from, I guess, a lot of other people who didn't have that and just kind of acted out and whatever. There's a lot that other people go through that I will never understand or know about. It's going to be very different. Where are we going with this? There's something I missed. I don't see anything. I have two sets of butterflies.
About that night and talk about how crazy it was. And I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush and able to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall, keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time.
I mean, it's an important cultural thing to understand the levels of alcoholism and stuff like that in rural America and stuff like that. England's a little different. Or at least the England I experienced was, which is probably not the same as what other English people experience, but I hope this will get me up. Yeah, it did. Cool. Wow, I collected all of them too. Whee! 42. It's the meaning of life. Dig, dig,
If
dig,
there
dig.
was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape,
Let me see.
nothing would make
Whoops.
me happier.
Let me see.
I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down.
Yeah.
I wanted to move to the lower 48, not
That looks
because I
good.
hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
Part of the... It's not necessarily just the kind of the impoverishedness and lack of opportunity out there, but also the culture of, you know, there's... This is something that in the book I'm reading, or was going to read, I haven't actually started yet, called Hillbilly Elegy, talks about the nature of rural America and how it's been abandoned and stuff like that, or how people there feel like they've been abandoned, and a lot of the only centers of the community around there are churches, which of course everything's a sin, so you have your sins which you can't escape, you repent from them, and then it's just this kind of cycle of you're not really escaping anything, but it's places like churches are kind of dependent on that cycle to keep you as if you don't need guidance, then you don't need the church. It's kind of an insidious nature of making people preemptively believe they're sinners for anything they're going to do. I don't agree with that. But until you know that there's another world out there, you're not necessarily going to try and find it. Hoverboard? Or skateboard with no wheels? This is nice. But I am lost. Oh, there's something. Oh, there's more things. Oh no, not platforming. Let's see. Hope if I press the right button. I have no idea how many of these I'm supposed to be collecting. Shum shum. Oh, it's a bouncing light. What have I got? It said 0 out of 3. What does that mean? Oh, I got it. Ooh. What is that? Where do I find the others? And what do they mean? Oh. Okay. It's a Crunchwrap Supreme! And a burrito. Yeah, I don't know what they are. But I got it. Oh, it's another Crunchwrap Supreme. No, it's a Bon. Can't get in there. Or can I? I cannot. Okay. Dig for story.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk, and I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts liked living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
There was a glowy thing in the sky somewhere. I think that indicated where I had to go next. On. Nope. Okay, we'll go for that one. Oh. Yay! I was worried I wouldn't make that. Ooh, a diggy thing and a thingy thing.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I love sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me. My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, we would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
know it's considered sort of a graphical incapability for things to have a draw distance, but in games like this I actually think it's kind of pretty. Almost like you creating the world as you step into it. There's another glowy thingy somewhere. I will find it. Oh, that looks scary. Is it up there? All the way up there. Whoops. Okay. Let's find out where we can go. Nope, not that way. Ooh. Alright, hang on. Get this one first. Come on. Ooh. Ah. Beep. 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 Come on. Come on. Beep. Beep. Yay. Oh, what did it do? That did something. I think that opened up those trees we saw a little way back. Just gotta find my way out now. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, there's more story. Ghetto Blaster! Yeah! Find the front yard of your favorite person and give him a song. Do, do, do.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. But then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
Strange graphical artifacts going on there. I think that's an error. Where did that entrance go? I think it was over there. Yeah, I was right. Ooh. Get it? Yeah. Got it. Get him. Get him. Sorry, I'm very, recently watched Gravity Falls twice in a row, so... Come on. One more. Yay. Okay. Is that a wolf? Is it a horse?
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry for everything.
Did I miss a story thing? I'm glad it's not just me. Oops, I missed that one. That's kind of sneaky, putting him under there. And of course there's one I missed right at the very beginning. Alright, never mind. We'll leave that one. We'll see what happens. very pretty, yeah. It's got a really nice atmosphere. I like that layering of the mountains in that color. Something very simple but very effective about it. Oh, excuse me. I realize my stream still says Spirit of the North. This is not Spirit of the North. This is the first tree. Yeah. I mean, it's similar thematically. You're a fox wandering around to nice orchestral music, but very different styles. We have one fox cub remaining to find. I did, yes, I'm affiliate now. I'm not entirely sure what it means. And I have no emotes or anything like that to give to anyone, so not really making the most of it just yet.
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore.
Thank you.
Good night.
Could not have really done it without... No, I absolutely would not have done it without everyone being so supportive and tuning in, so thank you for coming along and commenting and sharing and stuff like that. I hope I can make something of it. And I hope that I can actually give people something that they will enjoy too, in a space, a stream, or something to listen to or watch.